My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to show you a few different looks with my new Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. I know I did a video testing this out and I don't know, at the end of that video I inserted some text where I said that the last look that I did didn't wear too well, and I tried it twice. The blues had creased and like moved around. Granted, I have hooded eyes, but I mean, I have other eyeshadows and palettes that don't do that, and I was wearing eyeshadow primer. So I'm gonna keep playing around with this palette. I feel like some shades are definitely better than others. Some of them are a little difficult to work with. They have more trouble blending, and like, you know, when you put a shadow down and it kind of sticks. And then others are really nice. So basically I'm gonna play around with it some more, and I think maybe I'll show you 4 additional looks that you can create with this palette. So today I'm gonna start off with Free Spirit on my dollar store brush as usual to kind of set the eyeshadow primer, create a base. And hopefully make it so that the other shadows blend a little easier. I mean, maybe I've used this palette 7 times so far. I do use this one in every look, but I feel like quite a dent in there already. I don't know. I think today I'm gonna go for like a Too Faced semi-sweet chocolate bar kind of look with like blue, orange, brown, bronze. So I'm gonna go into Desert Queen with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, which is the orange. And that's gonna be my transition shade. I'm using this brush because I used a fluffy brush in like my other looks when I used this color as a transition. And I just felt like it applied better this way with this kind of brush. It got where I wanted it, better blending. So here we are. And I'm just going to take some of Free Spirit, just try to blend that out a little more. Same brush, simply because I'm too lazy to get a different one out. And once again, I am more blended in real life than in the camera. Still wish there was a shimmery brow bone highlight in here. I mean, if you're of a deeper skin tone, you could definitely use that one, maybe even that one if you feel daring, but otherwise there's nothing here. I'm going to use my IBY crease brush now, and we're going to try that dark brown. I mean, not dark, but it's rich, I guess. It's called Suede. I described it as a cowboy boot brown. It's very pigmented. Let's see what we get. I feel like the reviews on this palette, I don't know if I said this already, but they were all over the place. Like, and I know that happens with palettes sometimes, but I mean, even shade by shade with this one, like some people were saying, you know, the green shade is awesome, some were saying it sucked, some were saying the blue shades blended wonderfully, some were saying they don't blend at all. So I don't know, maybe there's an inconsistency with production. That's the only thing I can think of. So that's interesting. Did I maybe blend too much? Maybe I was afraid of it sticking. I feel like when you first put it on, it's really pigmented. And then as I kind of played around with it some, it kind of went away. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I'm going to take my Betty Boop. Is this Betty Boop or is this Buxom? Sorry guys, I have no idea what this is, but it looks like that. It's basically a fluffy brush, and I'm taking it with no product on it just to blend this out a little more. Okay, then I'm taking Suede on my pinky, and I'm gonna put this on the outer third of my lid. So I think what it is with this one is it's not as deep as you think it is, especially when I paired it with this orange. Like the tone is actually kind of similar, so they blend pretty well into each other, but they also don't have as much contrast with one another as you would think. Which means when I go in with Bohemian now, I wonder what will happen. So I'm taking it on my index finger and it's going on the inner 2/3 of my lid. That's pretty. I mean, that's not my usual kind of color, but it's pretty. Again, like I mentioned in my other video, it's not as metallic as you expect it to be, but still pretty. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, and I'm gonna go in with Evil Eye, which is the shade that basically matches the palette. It's like a darker turquoise. And I think I'm just gonna go all the way across. Trying to blend it upwards a little bit. Went a little too crazy in the inner part there. I almost feel that has like Cleopatra vibes. Like whenever you see like the pictures of her. Definitely not my usual look, but I think that looks nice. I would prefer shimmery blue, but I like it. And you could definitely put like eyeliner, you could use some of the eyeshadow as eyeliner, like maybe the black shade. Cool. I think a lot of people will like this kind of look, with or without the blue eyeshadow underneath. So for the second look, I'm going to match my new Avatar shirt with Uncle Iroh on it, Jasmine Dragon. And I'm kind of cheating a bit because I did this look the other day, but then I didn't film it and then I regretted it because it came out nice. So this one you can consider a tutorial instead of me just messing around, totally not knowing what I'm doing. So I'm going to start with Free Spirit on my dollar store brush as a base, as I've been doing. And by the way, this look held up well. Then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, going into Desert Queen, which is the matte orange peachy color. And I'm going to use this as my transition, as I did yesterday. Then I'm going to take some of Cactus, which is the green, on the same brush, and I'm going to put that in the crease. Then I'm switching to my Ivy White crease brush, and I'm going into Gypsy, which is the purple shimmer, and I'm going even deeper into the crease. Now on me, because I have hooded eyes, you're not going to see that much difference. They're going to blend together a little more. But if you don't have hooded eyes, you're going to see the orange to green to purple blend more. Then I'm going to use Gypsy on my pinky and put it on the outer third of my eyelid. I came up with this look, first of all, because I like purple and green together sometimes. And second of all, because I hadn't tried out the bronze yet at the time. now I have, and I wanted to find a different use for it. Next I'm going in with Wanderlust. This shade is growing on me. I mean, not that I didn't like it to begin with, but it's, I don't know, maybe I'm like learning how to work with it, or maybe I'm not expecting it to be super metallic anymore. But just so you know, it did do that like hard pan thing, but it's not a true hard pan to me because you're still getting the pigment off of it. When it does true hard pan, according to me, that's when like you can't even get the pigment off anymore. I don't know why that happens. I think the oil's in your fingers maybe. Anyway, this is going on the inner 2/3 of the lid, and I'm blending it into the purple. And this color just, it has such a, like a light to it. Like it really just lights up the whole look, and it lights up like your eyes. It's very pretty. You just have to work with it a little more. Then I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it into Bohemian, which is the coppery shade. I'm just going to put that all the way across my lower lash line. And as you can see, those all play very nicely together, and they match my shirt. So for today's look, I think I'm going to try an all matte look again and see how that holds up. So I'm starting with my dollar store brush into Free Spirit as usual, and that is going to be my base, and set my eyeshadow primer. Then I'm going to take this brush that I don't know what it is, but it's basically a fluffy brush. It looks like that. I forget if it's Buxom or Betty Boop X Ipsy. And I'm going into Fringe, which is the beige. And that's going to be my transition today. I think just to even it out, I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. Same color, just to put a little more on the inner part. I'm trying to talk less because I feel like my videos are too long lately. Just focus on the makeup. Next I'm going in with my IBY crease brush, and what I think I'm going to do is start with Wildflower, which is the matte pink, and I'm going to put that in my crease over here on like the outer third of the crease. And then on the inner third of the crease, I'm taking the same brush and going into Desert Queen, which is the peach orange color. I'm going to blend them together a little bit, wipe off the brush, and blend inward. And the reason I did that is I'm going to use Wildflower and Desert Queen on my lid as well. So matching up with the crease, I'm using Wildflower on my pinky on the outer third of the lid. Then I'm going in with Desert Queen for the middle third. Gotta do the eyeshadow face. I'm gonna start blending this out with a clean finger, because I'm going to put the cream shade there. So that is Free Spirit. And that's going on the inner third. And like I said, we're going to see how this holds up. Because when I did the all matte look with the blues last video, it didn't hold up. Then I'm just going to mimic what I did on the lid on the lower lash line as per usual, starting with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, going into Wildflower, so the outer third of the lower lash line. Then Desert Queen, the peach, in the middle, and Free Spirit on the inner third. So not one of my typical choices for a look, but I'm just trying to do some different things, and I also don't have that many shimmer choices in this palette. This hair is a look. Anyway, next look I'm going into Free Spirit as usual, just to make a base. Dollar store brush, once again, as per usual. Now I think what I'm going to do is go in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, go into Dreamcatcher, and we're going to see how it holds up. I'm going to use that as my transition shade. I feel like this is one of those makeup challenges where you try to do the makeup in a certain amount of time, because I think I might add a couple looks onto this video. I know I said 4 looks in the beginning, but as I keep experimenting, I might do a couple more. I don't want the video to be forever long. Next, I'm going in with my IBY crease brush, and I'm going into Moonchild, which is the black with the different colored glitters in it. I'm going to put it in my crease, at least to start. Let's see how well it really blends. I think what I'm going to do is put some of Dreamcatcher on top of it to help it blend. To be fair though, I've only met one black shade that blends, and that is from the Too Faced White Peach palette, and you might not even consider that a true black. Alright, that's not bad though. I kind of want to see, will the glitter stay on its own if I just put it on? So I'm going to go on the outer third. See glitter? I see glitter, but I feel like it's falling all over the place, so it's probably not gonna stay, which is sad. I'm gonna pat some on top. Wow, before I put that on, oh, you can't even see all of them. There, it's a little better. It's so pretty. Now this time, to try to get the blue to stay, and to see if I can get the sparkles to stay as well, I'm going to try some NYX glitter primer. And remember, do as I say, not as I do. I'm going to do both eyes at the same time. You shouldn't do this. I mean, look, if you can handle it, fine. But if you're like me and you can't, then you shouldn't do it. Because as you've heard me say before, the glitter glue, it just dries so quickly. If you really want to get the look you have in mind right, you should do one eye at a time. So I'm going to take Dreamcatcher now with the little glitters in it and see if I can get them to stay. So something I noticed so far is that on top of the glitter primer, this color comes out darker, which I'm not really happy about. Just blending that in a little bit. So you can see the sparkles right now, but Like I said, I was hoping that, first of all, the color would be the same, which it's, ew, look at that. Look at that creasing happening already. That's the glitter glue on my hooded eyes. I did put a regular primer underneath because I knew I was going to try out the glitter glue. I mean, I've been using regular primer anyway, but especially when I use glitter glue, I have to, or it's just going to crease on me. Yeah, I really wish that color was the same, but oh well. Now I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it and just mimic what I have going on the lower lash line as I do on the lid. So, ooh, that's a lot and not in the right place. Well, I'm going to do the best we can. So this is Moonchild. It's going there, apparently. And then I'm taking Dreamcatcher, and that's going on the inner, well, the plan was to go on the inner 2/3. Now it's kind of on the inner half. Guys, this was not the plan. Just to help me out a little bit, I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it. Just try to blend this here a little more. And blend this here a little more. Well, better. I have to say, I don't have high hopes for this look. I just feel like it's gonna crease and make a mess. By the way, the only look I've had trouble with so far is the one I did yesterday, which is the look just before this one. The peach was fine, the pink was fine, but that cream shade, again, just creased and moved around and faded away. So very quickly I was left with just the pink and the peach, and the cream was just kind of not there. Alright guys, today I want to see if I can make purple. And yes, there's a purple in this palette already, but I want to see if I can make like a light purple, mixing the Wildflower and Dreamcatcher shades. So for now, I'm just setting my eyeshadow primer as usual, making a base with Free Spirit and my dollar store brush. Next, I think I'm going to go in with Fringe with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. And that's going to be my transition shade. I don't know, the rest of the shadows I'm just kind of playing around, but I definitely want to make the purple. Well, then again, when don't I just play around? Also, I'm hoping I don't get any copyright strikes because my dad has music on in the background. So disclaimer, I don't own that music. YouTube, please be nice to me. Next, I'm going in with my Ivory crease brush, and I'm going to go into Gypsy again. I like it in my crease. I'm just taking a clean brush, same brush, I just cleaned it off. I'm just blending that out a little more in the corner. Now, I'm gonna take, I don't know what order I want to take them in. Let's try Dreamcatcher first and Wildflower second. I don't know how well that's gonna work. Not really. I did try it on my hand, but it doesn't seem to be working the same way. Worked out nice on my hand. Okay, we're getting there. Maybe I should have picked a different crease color, because I feel like the warmth of the crease is making this look more blue than purple, but I'm gonna keep going. So each time I'm mixing both shades. Maybe I'll use some of Gypsy now on the outer third. I don't know. As you know, my name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Just trying to blend the two together. They don't seem to want to blend. It looks more blue than anything else. Some more pink on top. And then some more of Gypsy. Okay, what do you guys think? And for the lower lash line, I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. And I'm just going to mimic what I have on the lid. So starting with Gypsy on the outer third of the lower lash line. And then Dreamcatcher and Wildflower on the inner 2/3. That came out darker. Let's try to put some more of the pink. Better. Put some more of Gypsy just to try and blend. Alright, not bad. I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it now, the little tiny one, just to try and blend this out here more. So I went a little too crazy. I might have to just kind of put some Free Spirit on top of that to try to hide it. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I did do a little bit of cleanup with my Maybelline Fit Me powder because the blue and pink that I used to make the purple was kind of like all over. If I were to do this look again, I think maybe I would pair it with blue, brown, or black instead of the other purple. Like I said, I just feel like it makes it look more blue than purple. I don't know, I don't care for it. I mean, the purple shade I made is okay, but I just wanted to kind of see if I could do it, because really if I wanted to look like this, I could use my ABH Norvina palette. But just know that if you want to make this kind of purple, you can. I don't know how well it's going to hold up, because that blue shade is on my lid, and that didn't work out the last time I used it, or the time before that. And just so you know, yesterday's look held up pretty well, which I was surprised about. The glitter glue must have helped, even though it changed the color of the shadow a little bit. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it held up a lot better than the blues did in the other video with the cream, the light blue, and the deeper blue. Alright guys, today is the last day I'm going to be doing looks, so this is the last look you're going to see for this palette, at least I think. I'm going to start with Free Spirit on my dollar store brush, as per usual, and just letting you know that yesterday's look wore okay. The blue mixed with the pink, I think they kind of evened each other out a little bit, so it didn't wear great on the lid, but it also didn't fade and crease as bad as it had when it was just the blue. The look I'm doing today is similar to the first look that I did in the last video, but I'm changing a few things. One thing I'm changing is I'm going in with Dreamcatcher on my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. That's going to be my transition instead of fringe. So we're going to have a little more color. It's going to be a little more cool toned. So again, you can consider this one a tutorial, because I somewhat know what I'm doing. And I know that this will wear well because I have done this look before, just not on camera. Next, I'm going in with my IVY crease brush, and I'm going into Cactus, and that's going to be my crease shade. I'm also going to take it on my pinky and put it on the outer third of the lid. Then I'm taking Wanderlust, I love that, and that's going on the inner 2/3 of the lid. And blend them together. Just kind of got to take your time with this shade. And I'm just going back with a tiny bit of Cactus just to make sure it blends properly. I feel like I did a look similar to this on my channel a while back when I was with different products, of course, when I was trying to convince myself that I did not need this palette. I still didn't, but here we are. Now I'm going to just mimic what I have on the lid on the lower lash line, starting with Cactus on the outer third. And this is my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. Then I'm taking Wanderlust and putting that on the inner 2/3. Just make sure you blend them together a little bit. Okay, so here comes the new part, and I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try. So I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it, which is the little one. I'm gonna take Wanderlust and put it on my inner corner. My inner corner is already irritated, but we're gonna keep going. Then I'm going to take my dollar store brush and put Wanderlust on my brow bone. That actually kind of picked up well with the brush. Well, let's see what we get. Oh yeah, that's green. But don't worry, we're gonna fix it, or try to. So the reason I'm doing this is I want to see if I can make a shimmery brow bone highlight for myself. I know I already tried that with Bohemian and Free Spirit and it didn't work out. But I'm gonna try it with these shades and see what happens. So now that I've done that, and now that I have a nice like crocodile green brow bone highlight, I'm going to take my dollar store brush, pick up a little of Free Spirit, and put it on top. See if that does anything. Okay, kind of. It's kind of made it like a dull white brow bone highlight. And I'm going to do the same thing on my inner corners, going back in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it. Put Free Spirit over the Wanderlust shade. And just blend it out a little bit. Not the best, but I mean, it works in a pinch. Alright, so my final thoughts on this palette. Definitely not all the shades are created equal. I told you I didn't need it, but on the other hand, there are some unique shades in here. I mean, if I go shade by shade, Fringe was fine, Suede was fine, Bohemian was fine, Desert Queen was fine. I'm looking at Evil Eye. Evil Eye was okay on the lower lash line. It's a little messy. I had a little trouble blending it, and it faded and creased and moved around when it was on my lid. So that's disappointing to me, especially because I feel like that's, you know, one of the more special shades in the palette, at least to me, because I love blue eyeshadow. Free Spirit was a disappointment because usually I just use like those cream shades for what you've been seeing, me setting my eyeshadow primer and creating a base. But because I was so inspired by this of the palette, I feel like that cream shade could be a lot stronger, because then you could use it with the peach, you could use it with the blue, maybe you could use it with the green if you wanted to. You could use it with the pink, but I mean, in my experience, I can't really use it for anything but a base and to make this fake shimmery brow bone highlight. I really like Wanderlust, even though it's a little more difficult to work with and gets hard pan, you still get the same amount off of it as you did before it got hard pan. I think that's one of the more unique shades, and I like greeny gold shades, so I really like that. Really like Cactus. Like I said, I don't quite have anything like it, and it performed fine for me. Wildflower is fine. I really like Gypsy because it can be used in the crease, at least for my tastes, and I feel like it's a more flattering red-purple shade on me than other red-purple shades that I've tried. Moonchild can definitely be used as a matte. I want to try it sometime with a glitter glue, see if I can get those sparkles to stay better. So, on that one. And Dreamcatcher was such a disappointment to me because I would love to have that on my lid and have those sparkles stay. But as I said, the only way I got that to happen was with the glitter glue, and then the shade of the shadow changed. Otherwise, it can only be used in the crease, on the lower lash line, not on the lid, because then it moves around, fades, creases. But take all this with a grain of salt, because the reviews I saw were all over the place. Like I said, some people said they had no trouble with the blues. I did. Some people said they had a lot of trouble with the greens. I didn't. Some people said they loved the shimmers, hated the mattes. Some said vice versa. It's really all over the place. So am I glad I have it? I mean, yeah. I mean, I like it. But there are definitely some shades in here that are disappointing. Like for me, I would have rather been disappointed in, you know, the browns and not the blue and even the cream. Alright, I'm sure by now you guys are tired of me talking about this palette. I'm tired of wearing it just because I'm not really someone who uses a palette like days and days in a row. I usually switch up my palette by day. So I need a little break before, that's the back, need a little break before I go back to it. And I'll be filming some other videos of some other new palettes that I got, so that will definitely be my break. And I'm still waiting for all of my items that I bought during the quarantine to arrive. When I have all of them, you'll see a nice haul video and you'll see that I have a problem. Alright, that's it for today. Hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye! See you next time!